and then they agree. If someone really wants something based off of what they see and things of that nature, then just put the offer in. The worst thing that they can say is no, or you can try to find a middle ground. So kind of like that. I know the house, it does need some like updating. The mechanics are 100% new, and the kitchen does need some updating as well. But the house, it's a pretty house, to say the least. And I know that it doesn't have a garage, so that's a big turnoff for some buyers, especially when they're considering, oh, I have to remodel the kitchen and build a garage, kind of.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty much been the feedback from people. Okay. Is it vacant right now, or is it?
Nope. There's the occupant. So the one of the owners live in it.
Okay, so you mean one of the owners, meaning there's two people on title, or is it like a trust where it's a bunch of people or something?
Just two people on title. One of the other owners, he goes back and forth. So he lives there, but he's just back and forth from time to time for work and things like that.
So there's two owners? It's not like okay, got it. So meaning on title, and then it sounds like there is a mortgage, there's a, okay, got it. Okay. How eager are they to actually vacate and actually get this finished and closed?
We're pretty motivated.
Okay.
We are pretty motivated to just waiting to get the right offer in, and just make sure that like we have a smooth transition and transaction.
Okay. You mentioned that it is overpriced. What are your comps that you were running? It's on list, it's 197,500.
197.5, yep. So as far as overpriced, that's just the feedback we've been giving. Usually when I get a seller, of course they can list their price or their house at whatever price they want. But I give them usually a range, what to expect. And then I give them comps. So my range, they are in the range of what I sent. But again, there are things like updating, there are things like changing things out, but then it gets to a point where things become preferential as well, which don't really affect the price necessarily. But factoring like the kitchen update and things like that, I think it would probably be somewhere in the 180s in my professional opinion. But again, the max that I got is like above 200. So.
Okay. And off the top of your head, how much is the remaining mortgage? If you have you seen it? Like how much more do they have that they owe?
We do have pre-title work done. I don't have the number right off the top of my head, but I did sell them on seller's net proceeds sheet. So I do have that number. I can't give it to you right now because I don't want to like say it and it's like completely wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. So, the feedback has been it's overpriced, there's no garage, and it's occupant right now. What would be like the rent rates over there? Obviously, I'm not from there, so I'm just asking your professional opinion. What would be like the rent rates for this particular property over there?
So I have not done a CMA towards rental rates, but I could definitely shoot you. Let me actually see if I can try it on.
Check if you received my email.
Yep, I did get
Got
the
it.
email.
Okay, yeah. Victoria K, that's me, and that's the LOI. Look it over, and are they open to anything creative by any chance? I know that you mentioned they're pretty they're motivated. So have you guys had any cash offers or any type of offers at all?
So we were negotiating one offer before. They came in a little low, so we did get a verbal offer. It was, I believe, around like 170, and they told them don't even like write on it.
So both parties are willing to sell. Obviously, there won't be any issues with the other party. If we come together with a price and terms and all of that, how soon is the one occupying the property able to vacate, and do they have a place to go?
Yes, they do. So about 15 days. I think we have 15 to like 30 days on the MLS.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I know they started packing some things up already, so it wouldn't take long for them to vacate.
Okay.
I do have a question, so I'm going over
Sure.
this. Is your option 2, is that a seller financing?
It is. It is,
Okay.
yeah. So it's seller financing, obviously taking over the mortgage. So it's full price. It's a full price offer. I believe a little bit higher too, actually. Let me just double check that. So it's a full price offer with terms, pretty much. If they're open
Okay.
to that, depending on obviously how much the rent rates as well. So we do have to cash flow on this just to, it is an investment property for us. It's not going to be primary, although we do have some buyers. We have homestead buyers all over the country. It does have to work for us as well. So that's what that is. It's subject to, inspection and all of that. And what I mean by inspection is that obviously the roof has to be there and stuff like that. It's not going to be like 20 pages like your usual inspection. There's no appraisal or anything. We do run our comps and we do underwrite, so it's subject to underwriting and further negotiation, really, because then if you notice, it's realtor commission. We cover your commission, and obviously there's a down payment for the sellers as well to walk
And
away.
then what's your are you guys putting an interest rate on that, or is it just like a flat fee, like a flat rate, flat monthly payment?
As of right now, we would prefer 0% interest, for the seller finance. Have you done anything creative at all? Familiar with it?
Yeah. I've done a couple land contracts, actually.
Nice. Awesome. So yes, so it's the taking over the mortgage as is. I don't know how the interest rate on that is. Again, we do have to run the rent rates as well. We do have to cash flow on it. If it's too low, it may not work for us and stuff like that. So that's why if you do have the mortgage statement, that would be also something that we can look at if they are open to terms. Are they going to be moving in the same area, the same state, or is it going to be like different country or something like that?
No, same state for sure. And then I would have to I would definitely have to ask them if they are open to sharing that kind of like proprietary information.
Yeah.
Especially if they're doing like title work and stuff.
Yeah. And I'm sure giving them confidence that it's something that's done all the time. You know what I mean? Taking over the mortgage and stuff like that. As far as the equity goes, I'm not sure how much equity they have. Again, that's into the underwriting, and we really have to look at the numbers and and make sure that it does work for us. So the condition, how much do you think we have to put into? You mentioned the kitchen, the garage. We're missing a garage.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be a rental, I wouldn't necessarily think to put a garage. I mean, obviously it'd be more appeasing to the masses, but with it being a rental, there is street parking. There's also, at some point, mechanics are always going to need to be updated. Kitchen, maybe some like paint here and there. Bathroom can just be cleaned up a bit. So, I mean, not much, especially like if you're going to use this as a rental, like perhaps like your first, second year, just to offset the cost coming up to update those things. So, I mean, it could go from anywhere from like 10 to 20 on a good day kind of thing. Yep, and the basement's unfinished. Okay,
the basement is unfinished, so that would be an additional 1,100 square feet or something if that was finished for living area.
Yes, but in order for them to count that as finished, they'd have to have like an egress window or something.
Yeah. Okay. True.
Non-conforming space is always used in any market.
Is that like just one bath, or is there a half bath somewhere else?
Just one bath, one full bath.
Okay, one full bath. Okay. So, all right. Do you think there's space for a second bathroom somewhere, you think? Or like a closet that can be converted somewhere?
I mean, potentially. I'd have to like go back and like take measurements of the house. I wish I could actually go get a floor plan, but